What is up, YouTube? M40 here. I'm really far behind on deck profiles that I've had up for a while. The first one here is from Douglas Haddad. He top-aided PPG quite some time ago, and I'm assuming that there's been a lot of good general progress on this deck, and this is one of the cooler earlier builds, actually, for this deck. Actually, I see Patroll Dragon down here being one of the more useful resources for this. So that's kind of interesting that we're getting a chance to see the inclusion of all things, you know, equip related. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool that we're just seeing general progress with this deck, that players are messing around with the concepts, you know, of Silent Angler being an extender, you know, the possibility of using Patroll Dragon. Seems like general progress is being had with this deck. So we have triple copies of the Bluebeard, the Plunder Patrol shipwright. Someday I'll give these guys names right. We have triple copies of Little Golden Hair, the newest little Plunder Patrol. Now, interesting to note about this deck, and one thing I've been seeing particularly with most players playing this, is they're trying to abuse the synchro engine with this, like most decks. And, I mean, you have, what, in-house synchros? Oh, excuse me, you have in-house tuners now. So being able to get to that needle fiber to climb up into, you know, access or link cross shenanigans, it definitely makes sense to me as to why, you know, this deck is finding success the way it is. So yes, we are playing Jet Synchron to combo up into those better plays. We have one copy of Redbeard, the Plunder Patrol Matey. And then, of course, we have triple copies of the Silent Angler acting as the extender for this deck, in which you are going to need this. Honestly, this is a very interesting tech choice for the deck. Extenders are very, very good for this. I do feel like, do people really underestimate this card? I know we have the Shark support coming out here in the near future, which I know, you know, a lot more people will be looking to abuse this card at that point, but it takes good time and dedication to, you know, go, maybe we should play this in Plunder Patrol. I don't, how many people actually thought of this? Then we have the triple copies of the Whitebeard, the Plunder Patrol Helm. Then we have triple copies of Called by the Grave. Triple copies of our Equip spell. So this is the thing that we're going to care most about off of Patroll. Equip only to a Plunder Patrol, gets 500 attack. Your opponent cannot target it. And you can send the equipped card to the graveyard. So also summon one Plunder Patrol from your extra deck with the same attribute as the monster on the field or in the graveyard. And then take the monster that was equipped with this card and equip it to the special summon monster as an equipped spell card. Alright, and the equipped monster will, in fact, gain 500 attack. But this literally tutors into any ship that you need for your play. Alright, all on an equipped spell card. Like, that's insanity. We have the two copies of the Plunder Patrol Ships, Shape, Ships, Shipping. I love that name. We have the triple copies of the Shipyard, and then we have triple copies of Pot of Desires, two copies of the Salvage, one Terraforming, one Upstart, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, and triple copies of Plunder Patrol Booty. Down here in the extra deck, we have one Almirage, one Link Cross, one Holly Fibrex, two copies of the Plunder Patrol Captain, two copies of the Morek, one copy of Power Tool, two Bran, one Martial Metal Marcher, one Herald, one Dawn Dragster, and the two copies of the Plunder Patrol Lice. Then we have one Artifact Scythe, triple copies of Radion the multi-dimensional powered Kaiju, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, triple Dark Ruler No More, triple Lightning Storm, and two copies of Artifact Sanctum, wrapping up, well, Mr. Douglas Haddad's deck list for you guys today. Honestly, though, this deck looks really good on paper, which fundamentally means it should work alright. A lot of the things that we're bringing to the table with this deck are just side effects of the format, you know, having to play O-Lion to tutor on up into more plays. It's all just part of the abuse of the format that's power creeping these engines and really just making you have to play these things. And I mean, hey, it does open up more doors, but you can't do what the deck really wanted to do, which is summon ships during the opponent's turn. Arg. Next up, we have, this was Robert Barlun's list. And this is Mekk-Knight Grease. I believe this did relatively well at a PPG, barely missing out on Top Cut pre with their shift in the ban list, where they were having, people not play the format that was intended. So we have 2 copies of Asher Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of the DD Crow, and then we have 2 copies of Phantasme, 2 copies of the Blue Sky, 1 copy of the Green Horizon. More names for Mekk-Knights is not a bad thing. I do know a lot of people enjoy trying to do like the cheese, the field spell that lets you rip things from your opponent's hand. It's really all up for interpretation if you want to go down that route. There are some really cool and cute things that you can do with it, but alas, I don't think that we're going to go down that far. 2 copies of the Indigo Eclipse, triple copies of the Mr. Grisu, triple copies of the Purple Nightfall, 1 copy of Red Moon, and 1 copy of the Yellow Star. The whole gang is literally here. And then we have the 1 World Armor and the 1 copy of the World Chalice itself. Depending on how you want to go about your lib targets, you have choices. It's just kind of beneficial to you to decide on which ones of these you want to play, what's going to be most beneficial. Blarg, blarg, blarg. Also, if you want to play Avram for the check this out BM on the opponent. Now we have 2 copies of Dark Ruler No More, 1 Galaxy Cyclone, 1 Instant Fusion, 1 Mind Control, 1 Upstart, and then we have the 1 copy of the World Legacy Key, but of course being one of the best cards in this deck, 2 copies of Succession so that we can search it, triple copies of the World Legacy's Memory, then we have 2 copies of Vivid Impermanence, 1 World Legacy Whispers, and 2 copies of the World Legacy's Secret. Down in the extra deck, we have the 1 Almirage, triple copies of Morningstar, 1 Spectrum Supreme, 1 Avermax, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Link Spider, 1 copy of Lib, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Galtea, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Soldier of Chaos, 1 Dingrisu, and 1 copy of Thousand Eyes Restrict. Side deck here we have triple copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Evenly Matched, 1 copy of Infinite Impermanence, and 1 copy of Red Reboot, wrapping up Mr. Roberts' list for you guys. Definitely one of the more conceptual lists that I've seen as of the early stages of the format here, but nonetheless, it's very interesting to see where things are developing for duelists out there and the cool ideas that they're testing. Last but not least, this one was off the test table. This was sent to me as a concept, and this was really cheesy, by the way. So, this was sent to me by Ben Eisenberg. He said, hey, I've been messing around with Eldlich, and this was a little bit earlier in the deck's life here. He said, hey, I'm playing Temple of the Kings, so you can activate 1 trap card the turn it was set. And then you can send 1 Mythical Beast Surrogate in your monster zone and this card to the graveyard, special summon 1 monster from your hand or deck, or 1 fusion monster from your extra deck. Okay? You can only use each effect of Temple of the Kings once per turn, but this would technically give you the ability to activate my Conquistador, my Eldlich, or anything else the turn that I set it. Alright? Super cheesy, I know. I don't think this really ever got off the testing floor for a lot of people, but hey, cool ideas. We have triple copies of Eldlich the Golden Lord, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, the Joyous Spring, triple copies of Nibiru the Primal Being, and 2 copies of DD Crowmeister. And we have triple copies of Elixir Black Awakening, 1 White Destiny, and triple copies of Cursed Eldland, along with the triple copies of Temple of the Kings, triple pot of Extrav, 1 Foolish Burial Goods, and then traps we have 1 in pre-order, triple copies of Infinite Permanence, 1 Hakaro, 1 Golden Land Forever, triple Conquistador, triple copies of Zanguine, triple Solemn Judgment, and 1 copy of Skill Drain, wrapping up the main deck here. Extra deck, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 Link Spider, 2 Soldier of Chaos, 2 Shark Fortress, 2 Pallades, triple copies of Gustav Max, and triple copies of Juggernaut Libby, wrapping up your daily, weekly, monthly chunk of deck profiles, everybody. So if you guys have anything you've been running, please go ahead and send it on in. I would love to take a look at what you guys are messing around with this format. And well, guys, stay classy out there, and remember, support those online tournament series. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and well, duelists, see you next time. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40, and If you are looking to pick up singles, check out imcogames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.